Hey guys, Philip Passmore here, and I am playing Starmade. It's an alpha game, and you can download it free off the website for the moment at starmade.org. I was originally going to do a first impression of this game, and then I went, I'll play a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more, and next thing you know, 2 days have passed. It is. That's the best way to put it. I called Kerbal Space Program Minecraft in space, in the sense that trial and error, the sort of creative outlet, and it brought back a lot of the joys that Minecraft originally brought for me. This, however, is Minecraft in space. How's the best way? Yeah. It is really good. So this is a shop. The universe is randomly generated, so shops are everywhere. You really don't have to travel far to find a shop. They're normally within the sector. So yes, so to start building a ship, we hit X, and then we name it. And there's no spaces. I keep forgetting that. And that is Phil Mark 1. I love this. I'm just a cube, and it is capable of moving. That's actually quite right. That was what's the speed of this with no thrusters? This probably can get up to max speed. Okay, let's stop it now. We'll get into build mode. Well, yes, this is build mode. Basically, what it says on the tin. You start with some basic components. You have the power generator. You have engines. You have a weapon computer and some weapons and a few bits of hull. That really isn't much. And I always find that I use a lot more. But it's enough to make a sort of floating platform which can zoom around. But you also start with 25,000 credits, which is enough to help you get started. Now, the best tip I can probably give to starting out is spend a little bit of time looking for a space station. They're abandoned, they're floating around the universe. Is that one? There might be another shop. And they are basically there for the taking. There's no NPCs which will freak out. There's no reason not to, really. Get yourself some salvage lasers and happily take everything you need. These power cores I'm putting down at the moment, you can get about 400 to 500 from those stations, plus the glass panes sell for 500 each. Really nice little money earner early on, which is kind of my issue with it's my issue with them being so common. But as you can see here, I have built a sleigh. Wow. Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's incredibly basic. Now, weapons are a little bit of a pain. You have to connect up weapons to a computer, which if you don't have the orange box, you click C. You click C. You press C and you select the computer, and then you put down weapons, and they should come in the purple border. If they don't, you can click V to toggle that, and it just means it's connected to the computer. We have to bind the control to actually fire in a second, but that is my ship. It is absolutely pathetic, but you're starting out. Now, the first thing you need to do when you start out is really find an income. It's normally worth checking to see if the starting shop has salvage lasers. There's an awful lot to buy, really. Oh, then there are. Buy a salvage computer and a couple of lasers. Might be more than a couple. Let's buy 16. I really like salvage lasers. They allow you to mine asteroids. You're able to mine things like the space stations I previously mentioned. And I've shifted our range of shot, but that shouldn't matter. You just switch to build mode with the spacebar. It's a really nice, simple and straightforward there. And I'm doing this entirely wrong. Great timing. This is nice and simple, and then I screw up. So, I mean, this isn't really designed to fight. You need to protect the core at all costs. If that gets damaged, then that's it. Your ship explodes. So, you need this to be the centre of your ship. You can build some pretty large ships, to be honest. And they run pretty well. You just need to make sure you keep enough shield modules and thrusters and things, and enough weapons. Although weapons I found to be a little bit, well, shields and weapons have been a little bit imbalanced. I generally build tanks, and they honestly don't have anything to challenge them. The shield strength alone is normally enough to the point where I could survive a fight for about 5 to 10 minutes with little chance of them ever taking down my shields because the recharge rate is so high. But homing missiles in particular are incredibly deadly, and I've had an interesting few experiences with them. They've been quite fun to use, but at the same time, you can see here, it's my main laser guns. But if you can see, I can mine. You can see the blocks slowly disappear. Of course, for more salvage lasers you have, the faster this process is. I'm currently not really mining anything of value. All this looks like rock. That's probably red rock or something silly. Now these bits are ore. Now this looks like L1 ore, which means I'm probably going to get 10 credits a piece, which really isn't much. As you can tell, the lasers are currently cutting into everything but the target I want. But there we go. Bit of careful lining up. So that is a little bit problematic, but at the same time, I feel the game does an awful lot right. It's very enjoyable. There's a lot of trial and error, particularly with ship designs. But currently, I don't find planets that interesting, and I don't really find combat that stimulating either. Particularly as it's currently pretty much broken. I've yet to meet anything which can take me on in a fight. And my normal reaction if I'm actually not in a ship design for fighting is to flee. Or avoid the fight entirely. It's something that I'm sure they will rebalance at some point. But, you know, I'm just slowly earning some credits. The thing is, this early stage is a bit slow because you need to find credits, and going to a planet is quite a good way. A nice planet, you can get ice crystals. They sell for 500 each. You can come away with nearly 1,000 of them from one planet trip. The planets are disc welts. They are completely flat, and that's not too bad. I mean, particularly if you have a ship which can't take off under its own, can't get out of gravity well, you can kind of flip-flop across the planet's surface and then fall off the edge. So, yeah, there's an awful lot going on, and some of it needs to be rebalanced, so pirates are actually like a threat. But along with pirates being a threat, they also need to stop dropping insane amounts of loot. I mean, the game's really well set up for multiplayer. And I will say that now, that multiplayer is an awful lot of fun, much in the same way that Minecraft is in multiplayer. And that's just, it's just, you know, there isn't much challenge. It kind of turns into creative mode, because when there's a group of you and you're, you know, if you're working with friends and you're sharing loot, we took down one pirate ship and it dropped hundreds, I think it must have dropped about 1,000 units of L5 ore, and it was then divided up amongst ourselves, and then I was, well, it's worth $1 million a block. Yeah, that main account still has all that, or all that money. I've only spent like 4 million, and I've been building a space station and a few giant ship designs. But you know, it's a little bit nuts. But yeah, if I open up inventory, you can see this is the stuff we refined. Red dirt. These will sell for credit each. You know, with rock and red dirt, and that's kind of nice, particularly when you've got loads of mining lasers going. You can kind of cut down an asteroid to next to nothing in really no time at all. And having like 1,000 bits of rock sell for one each, it still gives you 1,000 credits at the end of the day. It's not as good as actually having some of this ore, but that's only be worth 10 credits. That'll be worth 100. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun. But I mean, there needs to be some big improvements for the game, really. So yeah, so that is basically how you start out. And there's a few major issues I've had, and I think I'll cut here and I'll show a more advanced setup. Because starting out really isn't that interesting. As you can see, I'm now just mining rock for the hell of it. So I'll be back in a second with another slightly more interesting bit of footage of the space station I've been building in multiplayer. Hey guys, this is more advanced content. Well, I say advanced, it's just time-consuming content more than anything. I've been playing online with Kilmore62 and JB. That is Kilmore's ship down there. And I don't know where JB's ship's gone. I think that's his. And the dock ship is mine. Okay, some minor complaints about the game is that it has a nasty habit of not telling you things. In this case, entering a sector with a star has block damage. Now, luckily, both me and Kilmore, who travelled through this sector, had massive ships. He's repaired his. I'm tempted to use mine for target practice, so I might repair it in future, maybe? I haven't really decided. Now, with that said, I mean, a nice alert when you enter one of those sort of sectors would be wonderful. Well, with that said, the game is really good. There's a somewhat steep learning curve. Some of it's really straightforward. Other bits aren't, unfortunately. But, you know, it isn't really the end of the world. There's some doors here. But they go completely invisible once they're open for some reason. I quite like this. This is rather nifty. It's a lift. These blocks form a lift and they will take you up when you activate it. Now I'm heading up to the control room and I'm entering the control room. Getting off before I fall. So yeah, we've been building this station for a while. It's been a lot of fun. Yes, I did actually manage to get my huge ship to dock here. It looks really silly, and that is a little bit of a problem. You can see how we aimed it to dock on the green bar, but unfortunately the game doesn't quite work like that currently. Hopefully this will solve itself. It seems to be based upon the core location, and maybe this is something I could fix in my next ship design, but it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Definitely worth trying out. I mean, it's free. It's free to try. I paid $3 for this. And I've been playing what, Air Mech was the last free-to-play game which I've done a review for. I've also tried Archblade or something. And that wasn't, oh god. Those games just weren't very good. So I mean this isn't Steam Early Access. There is a Steam Greenlight, which you can get it for. I will include the link in the description. But this is just really good. It's Minecraft in space. If you like Minecraft, this in some ways actually better than Minecraft, as the buildings serve a purpose. Stations can hold factory units which allow you to manufacture goods. I actually haven't reached this stage because it's the first station that we've actually built. Well, I say built. There's a control room, and there's going to be a hangar down here at some point, and a basement to keep all the shields in. I haven't really thought about where the factory units are going to go. But there's an awful lot of trial and error. Like I said, there's a rather steep learning curve. So don't give up on the game immediately. But at the same time, be prepared for a bit of an uphill struggle. Some of my issues with combat, I mean, I have found some workarounds. Well, I say workarounds. There are some solutions, really. That would be a better word for the combat. Currently, you can change the permissions on your ships you build. You save them as schematics, so you can buy them from a shop. I do have a backup of this, and I think it'll cost me like $1.5 million to actually buy. But I'd have a duplicate of my ship in full health, with all these giant holes left by that stupid star. And I might do that. But I've given the AI access to it. So they've got, considering that the normal AI ship is really quite weak and easy to destroy, they now have access to this monstrosity. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting into a nice big fight with the pirate ships again. But we'll just have to see how it goes, we'll see how it develops. And I mean, the game's changing quite a lot, and there's things which some work, like these are essentially batteries, but I can barely get them to have any influence on the total power capacity of a ship or a station. Which means using things like cloaking devices, using the jamming technology to stop homing missiles is problematic, because they require such a huge amount of energy that it burns through your 20,000 capacity almost immediately. And this won't be a problem if I could say, I don't know, increase that tenfold, maybe even 100, by using as many of these as possible. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. But lots of trial and error and lots of learning. But building mechanism wise, it's good. It's simple. It's like Minecraft, just the build mode means you can fly around and you've got quite a nice reach on how far you can delete and add things, which is nice. And I really am looking forward to seeing how this game turns out. So yeah, check it out. As I said, it's free. Try it, and it's worth your time. Honestly, it really is. I don't know. I thought it'd be good, but not quite this good. It's somehow. I have to keep fighting back for craving to do something insane like build a replica of Battlestar Galactica or something, because this game lets you. You can have quite a lot of fun. So, yes, you can build insane things, and they will fly well, surprisingly. But turrets and things have been quite awkward to build. As I said, the learning curve is awkward, and you can avoid things for a while. And some things are just really silly, like this huge ship has some turret positions. It lost some of them actually flying for that star sector, but it can have turrets. It's so big and so sluggish that actually fighting is difficult. So it has turrets. Only to dock, I had to break off all the turrets. Luckily, that's nice and easy just to de-dock them through a command. And once that was done, it was able to dock, because you currently can't have anything docked. That includes turrets to the ship you're trying to dock. And I mean, that's just a bit silly. But you know, trial and error, bugs, it's alpha. So much of this can be forgiven. The most annoying one I've had is when I try and leave my ship sometimes, I get catapulted like 600 blocks away from it, and then I have to spacewalk back. And that just isn't fun. Yeah, it's one of the more annoying issues I've had. But, you know, fingers crossed, this game turns out really well, and I hope it's popular. I will be doing some follow-up videos. Mainly I'll do any follow-up videos if there's any major updates. And also, because of a learning curve, I think, and well, partially the learning curve and partially the fact it's a wiki game. Much the same way when you first play Minecraft, you flick to the wiki to find recipes and things. This is a wiki game without the wiki support. It is very difficult. It's been very difficult to find out some things. It's only through Google searches and mainly their forum, the forum on Starmade.org. I found out about a few things, like why is my ship turned Swiss cheese for no apparent reason? Oh, star sector. Maybe I should move my ship. So I've done some patching up, but I just can't bring myself to finish it. But you know, it's definitely worth some follow-up videos, and patches are really common actually. There was another one. There was one this evening. There was one yesterday. All for mainly bug fixes, but that did include some slightly more annoying bugs that I came across. Well, I say annoying. They're really petty bugs, but little things that annoy. So yeah, check out this game, guys, and thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe to my channel for future videos on Starmade Alpha and other Steam Early Access games, although this isn't a Steam Early Access game. Hopefully it will be. And yeah, this game's breathtaking. Even in its alpha state, there's a lot more content than I would have expected. So definitely check it out, and once again, thank you for watching.